News here. We're doing a Burnley preview. I'm here with Josh. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
So today we're previewing the Burnley game, which is tomorrow at 2 o'clock kickoff. Is it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
So it's a massive. So it's a massive game. It's a must-win against a side that we don't relatively beat often. So what are your thoughts going into this game?
I mean, Burnley haven't been great recently. I think in their last 5 games they've only lost one, but they've only also won one. But they've
Hmm.
drawn the rest. We beat them obviously at the beginning of the season. That was quite a tough game.
Hmm.
But we normally do okay against home at Burnley. I don't think they've actually ever beat us at home, which is quite a surprise.
Hmm. And the thing with Burnley is that obviously we know their game plan. Very similar to teams like West Brom, etc. They like to sit behind the ball and defend until they concede, which could be never, and they could just grind out a 0-0 or a 1-0 win. But if they concede first, then they have to come out. Obviously you saw last season we beat them 5-0 at home, scored in the 4th minute. So then Burnley had to come out and attack for the equaliser, and then fast score was 5-0. So obviously, like in the last game, they finished 1-0. But I think at the beginning of the game, we allowed their game plan to work. So I think tomorrow we need like a really quick start, like fast tempo in terms of our play. Because at Turf Moor last time, we started off quite slow, and that's what resulted in their game plan starting to work out. But yeah, it's a massive game. Obviously, West Ham lost to Man City, which is a good result for us. Chance to get back to the top 4 places. Who do you think Burnley's danger man is looking at their team?
Dwight McNeil, Chris Wood.
Mm.
I don't know if Chris Wood's fit though, so
Mm.
I don't know.
Even if Chris Wood isn't fit, like Burnley, I think similar to West Ham, like they're a very physical side, a very physical side. They like to score a lot of goals from set pieces, corners especially. Obviously, Chris Wood's their target man. He gave Eric Dyer a pretty tough game at Turf Moor back in October.
Yeah.
So, if he's injured, he's injured. Obviously, Burnley have got Ashley Barnes as well, who's a pretty decent striker.
I think he's
Obviously,
injured as well.
Is he? Oh, mad. Right, okay. Obviously, obviously, Dwight McNeil, a very tricky player, recently signed a new contract. I don't know why you want to sign a new contract at Burnley, but fair play to him. Like, he's a pretty decent player. Obviously, like I wouldn't have him at Spurs, but for me, he's a very tricky winger. So I guess he could be a player to look out for. And speaking of the team news, Serge Aurier should be back for tomorrow's game. What are your thoughts on that?
Big. I never thought at the beginning of the season I'd be saying this, but I've actually missed Aurier in that right back position.
Yeah.
Because Doherty and Tanganga, even though Tanganga has promise, they're just average. Like we missed.
Last season, if you asked me, I'm actually Miss Dirty. Sorry, not Dirty. Aurier.
Yeah.
I'll literally laugh in your face and tell you to fuck off. But to us, this season, like fair play to him, like Aurier's been pretty decent. Going forward, obviously, going forward, since he arrived at Spurs, like he's always been very good going forward. But defensively this season, he's got a bit better. Obviously, Liverpool away, had Mane in his pocket, Man City at home. Same with that
Sterling,
that Ferdinand Torres, Sterling as well. I think Aurier's defence has improved a lot this season. Obviously, against Leicester, he gave away that stupid penalty, but every season he gives away at least one stupid tackle. So
except from that game, he's been really good.
At least I'm happy Aurier's back in the side. Reguilon, a left back, he should be. We played against West Ham last weekend, so I expect him to be in the side. And obviously Giovanni Lo Celso back in training. Obviously, he won't be fit for this game, but he's predicted to be back for the North London derby, which is massive for us.
In 2 weeks, so he's coming back to fitness.
Yeah, and finally, in terms of our starting lineup, obviously Gareth Bale likely to start. There's been rumours around Lucas Moura playing in that number 10 role, but obviously Dele Alli for me has to start there because number one, Lucas Moura is a better player out on the wing for me. For me, Lucas Moura's passing is really poor. Like he doesn't have that much creativity, and obviously he's got pace, so he needs to be stuck on the right hand side. And obviously Bergwijn started against Wolfsburg on Thursday, so I'll start Lucas on the right. Sorry, not Lucas. Bale on the right. Bring Lucas on, and I'd start Dele Alli in that centre attacking midfield role. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to start Ali. I think he'll start Bale, but I just think he's going to use Lamella instead of him, and I think. And also, I think Nondo Mela might be dropped out as well for this game. Maybe for Sissoko.
What do you think Ndombele be drops out?
I just think against a type of team like Burnley, I just don't think he's physical enough to deal with like their side of football.
True, but we must remember that Sissoko did play against Wolfsburg on
Oh
Thursday,
yeah, true.
and Ndombele didn't play at all. He didn't even get a minute. Obviously, Mourinho brought on the youngsters instead, Dane Scarlett, Niall John, etc. I think he'll play Ndombele and Højbjerg together with hopefully Dele Alli just ahead of them. But obviously, as you said, it's more likely to be Eric Lamela for this game. But hopefully Dele Alli does get a start against Fulham away from home. And to finish off, what are your score predictions for tomorrow?
Gonna go 3-0 Tottenham.
Yeah, fair enough. Like for me, like if we get an early goal, we will run riot against these lot. But obviously, as I said, back in October, we allowed their game plan to work in the first half. We had to really grind for the win. But obviously, like if we get an early goal, which is pretty likely because our attack's been on form this season, then I've no doubt we'll go and win this game with ease. So I guess I've got to be confident. So I'm going to go 4-0 Spurs. Obviously, Kane loves to get on the score sheet against Burnley. Son scored away from home and got the Puskas goal against them. So I expect both of them to be on the score sheet. This month, Hotspur news: Tottenham against Burnley tomorrow at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at 2 o'clock kickoff. Hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you next time.